I always look like an alien. Spritz. Merry Vlogmas! Day 18 for us and 19 for you.
18 already.
I know. How has that happened? That one's an easy one to find on your calendar.
18?
Yes.
It's getting very samey, this.
Okay.
Oh, these are variation on theme. Hazelnuts
in white
with
chocolate.
white chocolate.
There you go.
Yep.
Angela, I don't know if you're seeing the comments, but Angela is being very good and transcribing everything for
everything
us.
properly,
yes. Which is wonderful,
Well done.
thank you.
We've got a whole pile now for Christmas.
Well,
Yeah,
get that.
They won't last long.
No. I'm actually not a great... Excuse me. I'm talking in a mouthful, but I'm not a
What
great
did your
fan
mother
of
tell
white. I'm not a great fan of white chocolate.
Yes.
I dislike white chocolate.
But these are rather nice.
Oh, good.
They are good. Very good.
That's good. That's good.
I just don't believe that white chocolate is chocolate at all. It's just sweet.
Well, nobody's making you eat it.
No, thank goodness.
So you're fine.
Yes.
Yours is not an overly interesting one today, I'm afraid. Yes, but it's the 18th.
Oh.
Just go for all the big ones. No. It is just the chocolate.
Just the chocolate.
Would you like to swap if it's an orange chocolate?
Yes. Oh no.
Oh, it's a dark one.
My
No,
favourite.
no hope. No hope.
No
for me.
hope.
And I have a Bailey's truffle. So we're all happy today, so that's good.
Yes. Happy.
So, I am not feeling overly great today. I am planning on having a duvet day, which means more non-sewing, although I have just made the replacement buttons for my velvet coat. So I've made those so I can sew them on whilst I am under the duvet and chilling out today. I have emails to do, I have a website to update, I have lots of kind of admin-y work to do, so you know, it's not going to be a day off, but I'm definitely not feeling up to starting to trace out a pattern, which is the next step of what I need to do, because yeah, I either need to work on making the trouser patterns that I traced out fit me, or I need to start on a new coat. So I'm not sure which one of those is going to be the next project. Mum is in the middle of sewing Dad's shirt for Christmas, so she's not ready to start the coat project yet. So yeah, like I say, I'm just not sure what I'm going to do. So I think what I'll do for you guys today is I'm actually going to go through my patterns and I'm going to take out all of my coat and jacket patterns and have a look through them. I know I've shown you guys a lot of them before, but I thought I would talk through what I want to do with the ones that I've got. I have some fabric coming. I was hoping it was going to arrive today, but it has not. But yeah, I've got some new fabric coming for some new coats, so I thought I'd show you guys what patterns I do have, what plans I have for them. Then the finished velvet coat with its actual buttons on this time. So yeah, it's going to be a very chilled day. I hope you forgive me. It's just one of those things. I was actually thinking about it though. Most other Vlogmases by now I would have had a cold, and Mum was saying today there's got to be one upside of not going out and mingling with the people, and that is there is no Christmas cold for me this year, which hopefully I've not spoken too soon, touch wood. But yeah, it's quite a nice change for me not going, oh Bill. So I'm gonna go dig out my patterns and I'll go through those and my plans for them with you guys a little bit later. I still have alien hair going on. I basically put it up last night to go to sleep, and I just brushed everything back, and 8 hours of that has resulted in this. Fun times. So as you can see, I have giant perla patterns next to me. It's actually way bigger than I thought it was going to be. I think I've missed a few off. Some of my indie patterns, like the by hand London Romana coat, the Stylark Ziggy jacket, I haven't bought either of those up because they are stored in a different place. It's much later in the day. As you can see, curtains are drawn. Cat is chilled. That's her favourite spot at the moment, that and my desk. I have literally spent the day curled up on the sofa feeling sorry for myself. It's fine, it's just one of those things. At least it's not cold. I haven't had my Christmas cold this year, so that's good. I have been having a duvet day and it has been very, very nice. I will say I got some emails from a few of you letting me know that your parcels and things had started to arrive from your pattern swap partners, that you are just really enjoying the experience and getting to know new people in the community. So awesome. Thank you very much for letting me know. I'm going to run through these really quickly. I was probably planning on talking to you a little bit more in depth about the ones that I have up here, but like I say, the pile is way bigger than I thought it was going to be, so yeah. The first one I've got is the Trend Patterns trench coat. I love this and I plan on using this to create something similar to the Simone Russia jacket that I'm obsessed about. I was reading through the instructions today. They are minimal. It's going to be interesting putting this together. I think I'll be able to work it out, and I think it will be quite intuitive from having made a few other coats with notch collars and things like that. Hopefully it should be fairly intuitive, and I think with all the notches that are described in the instructions it should be okay. And I have the fabric, so this might be something that I work on sooner rather than later because it should be quite a quick make. It is an online coat. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to leave it unlined or put a lining in there. I'm also going to tweak the sleeves a little bit to crop them a little bit more, so I'm going to leave off the cuff. Also just add some pleats and things in there to make them a bit fuller, very much more like the Simone Russia coat as well. There are some tweaks that I want to make to this one. I won't be doing an exact copy of the Simone Russia coat, but I'm pleased with this one. Next up we've got the Rigel bomber jacket and the Bellatrix blazer from Paper Cut Patterns. I have traced out the Rigel bomber jacket. I would like to get that made fairly soon, but it doesn't fit in with the pirate capsule collection that I'm doing at the moment. So whilst I have got this traced out, I've not got any plans to work on it soon. Next is the Vogue 1669. I love this coat. I have some fabric on the way from Sherwood's. It's a bottle green wool, I think it's 80% wool coating from Lady McCalls. Yeah, that's going to look really, really nice. Yet another green coat. Nothing wrong with that. I have sewn the buttons onto my velvet one earlier today and it looks great, so I'm really pleased with that. I'm very excited about making this one. I am going to make a full muslin so that I can work out how all the pockets and seams and stuff go together, because there are some interesting ways that this goes together, but I am very much looking forward to it. I have a feeling that I will be tweaking a few little bits and pieces for this, but I am very much looking forward to making this one. This is an older one. It's Vogue 2827. I have it in my coat and jacket stash. It actually is a jacket, trousers and a skirt pattern. I really like the trousers and skirt pattern part of this, but it was more for the kind of jacket part that I bought this pattern. I think it's gorgeous, but again, no plans to make this one anytime soon. Next we have Vogue 2934, which was a present from the very lovely Jo. This is not the kind of thing that I would gravitate towards normally, but I think because it shows off the waist, I think it will actually work really well in my wardrobe. So I'm quite tempted to make something like this sooner rather than later. I do think it's very cute. Then we have McCalls Cosplay Eventide. I just absolutely love this. This is kind of Regina George, Wicked Queen, Jareth from Labyrinth mashup coat of dreams. Again, I have no plans to make this anytime soon. I will change quite a lot about it. I want to make view A, which is the blue one on the front here. The blue one is gorgeous. And then the last giant pattern I have is the Pauline Alice hemispheric coat, and as you guys know, I have plans to make two of these. The cream one with the floral lining that I showed you in the coat making supplies haul, and then I have some navy wool, same type as the bottle green one. I've got some navy wool coming, and again I'm going to use the kind of tan or cream and navy spot satin for lining that one. I have the zips for those as well. This or this Simone, the Trend Patterns trench coat will be the next one that I work on. I don't know if I'm going to have time to get it finished before Christmas. We're not going to start on the Vogue 9040 because Mum is making Dad a shirt at the moment. She wants to make that one with me at the same time, so we need to start that one when we both haven't got another project on the go. So many patterns. Right, next is Vogue 9037. I love this. It's an unlined coat. I would want to make view C, which is this one here. I would probably actually try and put a lining into this. It says it wants wool, flannel, ponte knit, lightweight woolens, gabardine to make this. I think it's gorgeous. I really like the shawl collar. I like the darts that give it shaping. I like the kind of like high-low hem, so I really like that one. I can see myself making that one sooner rather than later. Then we have Vogue 8346, which again is a really lovely double-breasted coat with either a notched collar or a shawl collar. Really like the different options that they give you with this. There is a faux fur collar to be attached. You can have the buttons be visible. They do 6 or 4 different lengths, and you can have invisible closure as well. I really like this one. I think it would suit me. Definitely want to make this one. This is McCalls 5479. I got this from the traveling pattern box. This is very similar to that Vogue coat that I was showing you earlier. Again, I picked this out of the box because it was my favorite of the patterns that were available. I do think if I made it the exact right length, I think it's a little bit too short there and maybe a little bit too long in these illustrations. I definitely want it to be in between those two, but I think if I make it the exact right length it would be great. And also I have a lot of elbow length gloves that I really enjoy wearing, but if I wear them over one of my coats with a fitted sleeve, I get dressed to go out, or have to take my gloves off to use my phone or something, and then I can't get my gloves back on without taking the coat off first. So I like the idea of the bigger sleeves on that so that I can wear my elbow length gloves without having to worry about that. Next we've got McCalls 7478, which is the archive collection, and this coat is circa 1956 it says. Again, it has a large or small shawl collar, and it has really interesting pockets that are part of the seaming of the coat. There's quite a few of the coats, like the Vogue 1669 had the similar type of pockets, but that one had a cuff on the pocket as well. I think this is gorgeous. Really want to make this. Next we've got McCalls 7256. I have used the skirt portion of this a couple of times. I used it on my red coat and I used it on Rianne's tartan coat. I've not made the actual coat bodice up with the collar. I think the collar is epic. The skirt of this coat is unlined. I personally am not a fan of that, so I drafted a facing and a lining for that, and it worked out really well. Do you really like the collar of this? I have found that this coat obviously is very weighted towards the back because there's way more fabric back there. You can combat that by sewing in weights to the front of the coat as well, but it's just something to think about. But I do really like this coat, and I want to make one for myself that I end up keeping. Next we have a slightly newer one. It's McCalls 7848, which is a zip up coat with either a funnel neck or just a kind of crew neck kind of thing. Also has a hood that you can put onto this and a belt. Again, I like all the different options for this one. With a zip up coat like this, I think I probably want to do like BB, but I really like that, and if you've got a nice zip you could have fun with that. Then we've got McCalls 7938, which was a Yaya Han kind of costume coat. I know Lynn from Aussie Blackbeard has made this, and hers is stunning. She made view A. She took a lot of the volume out of the skirt because Lynn is quite a bit shorter than I am, and she didn't want the coat to drown her, and I really like her version, but I think I would want to try with the very full skirted version for myself. I would probably end up lengthening that as well. I just love all the detailing on this, and really want to make that one. Then we have the Sewaholic Robson trench coat. I have made the bodice of this one. I stuck on the skirt from the Gertie Butterick coat because I wanted to try and make that kind of trench coat. That was before Charm Patterns princess coat existed. This one didn't really work for me. I want to go back and I want to remake this. I have this one and then another trench coat pattern that I'll show you in a second, the Deer and Doe Luzon trench coat. I want to make one of these in a kind of stone tan coloured twill, which I will bejewel a la Burberry, and I have the jewels for it, and I think it might be this one that I do that with because of some of the detailing on this coat. I think it's going to look really cool. And then I have, as I say, the Dirando Thursday one, and I want to make a lace trench coat, again a la Burberry. I know Lauren from Ladybird has done that and it looks stunning, and she used the Robson pattern for that, her lace coat, but I kind of think I might want to do it with this one. But one of these is going to be a lace trench coat and the other one is going to be a bejeweled trench coat. Then we have the Sewaholic Minoro, which is, I have this and I've made a lot of these. Made one for me in black gabardine lined with forest brem silk from McCalls. I've made one for my mum in a faux green suede. I've made one for Rianne in a faux green suede. I made one for a customer in a navy. I think that's it. I really like this pattern. The sew along for this is brilliant. Highly recommend the sew along. This is an involved make, but with the sew along you can definitely do this if it's your first coat. Would highly recommend you give this a go. And I love mine. I made it 6 years ago and I still wear it now. Then we have the Victory Patterns Ulysses trench coat, which was a present from the very lovely Nancy. She bought me the kit so that I could actually make this exact coat that you see on the packaging here. I love it. I don't wear it often enough. It's one of those ones that there's zero warmth, so it's just like a decorative layer to wear in sort of the spring and early autumn kind of thing. And this will work in really well with my Pirate 70s capsule collection, so I plan on using that in some of the styling videos that I'm planning on doing once all the things are made up. But I love this pattern and I wouldn't mind making it again in a slightly sturdier fabric, because the kit that they give you, the fabric creases the minute you look at it. I would like to make this again in a different type of fabric, maybe a patterned one, but we all know how I feel about patterned coats because I have so many patterned clothes as well. Then we have the Closet Core Patterns Kelly Anorak. I have made this in the brown, I think it's called Nutmeg cotton twill, with the faux leather sleeves and then the quilted lining that mum did for me and the faux fur hood. I love that coat. I wear that frequently as well. I want to make at least one more of them. I have some purple, Cadbury's purple needle cord on the way, and I have a lime chartreuse green faux fur lining. It's going to be a very loud and in-your-face coat, but I think it's going to look absolutely awesome. And like I say, I do love wearing my brown Kelly Anorak. I have some changes that I want to make. I need to lengthen it. I've lengthened it above the waist, but I need to lengthen it below the waist to kind of balance that out. I think it's going to look awesome and I'm really looking forward to making that one. My battery's dying. 2 secs. That's better. You have power again. The hair is just getting progressively more crazy. More patterns. Next we have Butterick 4610, which is a lovely jacket pattern. I have a couple of jackets in my stash. One of them was bought with some money that my nana had given me, and it was the last present I bought with anything that it was the last present I bought for myself from her before she passed away, so I will always keep that jacket. I don't know if I can even fit into it anymore, but I don't wear them very often because I used to wear them with skinny jeans rolled up, a very plain top underneath, and one pair of my really loud high heels, and then the jacket over the top, and I really like that look. I just don't feel comfortable in it at the moment. I don't feel it flatters me in my current shape. I'd like to make a jacket just for the sake of tailoring a jacket with the proper pad stitching and all those kind of things in it. So at some point in the future I will get to this. Then we have the Butterick 6390, the little denim jacket from Gertie. I have made this in my turquoise blue denim. I lengthened the jacket and I lengthened the sleeves, and I didn't need to do either for it to fit me the way I wanted it to fit me. I haven't worn that jacket, but because we haven't really gone out anywhere when it's either been warm enough to wear something like that, or then it's got too cold and I'm now wearing different things. So it's not because I don't like it, it's just because I've not had the opportunity to wear it out. I'm not sure that I would make, I liked how it went together, but I'm not sure I'd make this again. I do have the Summer Dreaming Sorrento jacket, denim jacket from Sew Over It, so that I would like to try, because I'm still looking for the perfect denim jackets. Maybe if I make some tweaks to that Gertie one I might make it again, but I do really like my turquoise version that I have, so I'm going to keep that one and then try a different pattern, I think. Then we have New Look 6481, which came with a magazine. It's a really simple sort of smart jacket again. I love the idea of this. I don't know if I'd wear it, but I have kept it in my stash because I do think at some point it would be the kind of thing that I would like. I have got Simplicity 1421 and I really like this jacket as well. Again, I'm not sure if this will suit me. I'm not sure if it's the sort of thing that I would wear in my wardrobe, but I like the vented sleeves. I like the bias binding detail around the edges of the jacket. I like the idea of this, and they do have a shorter version, maybe at some point in the future. Then I've got 8174 from Simplicity, which is a Mimi G pattern. I really like all the detailing on this. Again, it's like a little moto jacket. I think it's really cute. I bought this pattern bundle for that. It does come with the dress as well, although I think I don't know if I'd make the dress. We'll definitely make the jacket at some point. Then we've got New Look 6080, and I have made this jacket. I've done a sew along for it. I actually ended up lining this jacket and I've made 2 of them. I have not worn either of them out and about. And it's not because I don't like them, but again, I've made one in a really shiny spangly brocade, and I want to make a black crepe or viscose jumpsuit to go underneath of it. I have a very specific look in mind for that, and I haven't done that yet, and then I don't have anywhere to wear that kind of thing. And then the other one, I used some viscose linen fabric I had made a 3/4 circle skirt from, so it's kind of like a little suit. And again, just not, I haven't worn that skirt very much either because I don't have the right stuff to go with it and haven't really had anywhere to go to wear it. Then we've got Butterick 6400, which the very lovely Nancy got for me. It is a history pattern. I love View C and I really want to make View C. And again, I think it would be one of those ones that I love the idea of this and I want to wear it over jeans with some thigh-high boots and kind of look history bounding, but not. I think it would make a really interesting jacket to wear with a modern wardrobe. Just haven't got around to it yet. One more pile and then we're done. Then I've got Butterick 6244. This is a Lizette pattern. I have made this coat. I used a double-sided kind of flannel that I got from Minerva, and it was tan on one side and check on the other. I used some wool to blanket stitch around the edge, and my niece got that coat. It's a really lovely coat, but there is very little shaping in it. I know Liz from Liz Sews has made one of these and she added some fisheye darts to the back, which is a really good idea. I would like to try and make one of these again. Then I have 2 copies, both sizes, of the Butterick 5824. I made this earlier this year out of the green wool. I made the size that was too small for me, so it didn't fit me the way it should do around the waist, but I really hated how it fit around the underarm area because it's grown on sleeves. It just ended up really bunchy under here, and it wasn't for me. I'm glad I made it because I've really wanted to, and I've loved seeing everybody else's versions of it, but I prefer the Charm Patterns princess coat, which I have now made 2 of. I think that that coat is a bit more me. It's not double-breasted like this one. I love the idea of this coat. I just want satin sleeves, and I'm not sure that I want to fuss with this to work out how to draft and put in satin sleeves into this coat when I have the princess coat, which is so similar, just it's single-breasted instead of double-breasted. Then we've got Butterick 6497. This came with a Love Sewing magazine. I think somebody sent this to me, though I haven't written their name on it. I don't remember buying the magazine with this coat on, but I might have done. It is really lovely. I really like the detail of the collar, the way the collar goes together. I would do the kind of the shawl collar rather than the Nero collar, I think, of D. I like A, B and C. I can see myself making this. I think it's interesting. I don't usually like asymmetric styles, but I do like this one. And I have pinned quite a lot of similar looking coats on my coat board, which my Pinterest coat board I will link down below for you. I think this could be quite an interesting make. No plans to do it anytime soon though, because if I made absolutely every single one of these patterns up, I would have all the coats in the world and nowhere to store them. Next is Butterick 4929, which is a really interesting pattern. I think I like B the most. It has the kind of tailcoat look almost. I think it's a really interesting pattern, and I know I got this in a pattern swap and I haven't written the person's name on it, so I'm very sorry. That was my bad, but yeah, I think B is my favorite look from this lot. Then we have Berda 6359, which is a pattern design for faux fur, which is great. I love View A, and I actually love the coat that's on the envelope. I think that is awesome. I have some faux fur in my stash. I don't know that I would wear a faux fur bomber jacket though. I mean, I might do. I don't know. I love that this pattern though has been designed for faux fur, and it takes that into account for the instructions and talking you through making it. Then we have McCalls 8029. I absolutely love this. View C that the model is wearing is gorgeous. I want to make that, and I want to make it soon. It is an unlined coat again, I believe. Yeah, unlined wrap belted cape. And again, this would be brilliant for my elbow length gloves that I want to wear. Then we have McCalls 6800, which is the pattern I use for the velvet coat. I really like View A, which is the one that I've made. I love View B, the high-low hem. I'm kind of wishing that I had bothered to retrace and cut out the high-low hem version from the velvet. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure that I would have had enough velvet to do it. That's why I'd gone for View A, because I didn't think I'd have enough velvet. Whilst I had a lot more than I thought I did, having thought about it, the width of these pattern pieces, I'm not sure that I would have got the high-low hem coat, because the pattern pieces on the short coat are wide, so add in length, it just means they get wider. I don't think I would have had enough fabric to cut the high-low hem coat out of the velvet, and I'm glad I didn't try. I'm glad I went for View A, but I mean, View B in the velvet would have looked amazing. I really want to make this again. I enjoyed making it. I would like a longer version of it. I like the high-low hem. I have coats pinned in my coat Pinterest board that have the high-low hem and different contrasting colours on them. So yeah, I want to make this again, and I really enjoyed this pattern, and I've done a lot of the work for all the tweaks that I've made to this pattern for the different pieces of interfacing and stuff, so I would like to make this again. Then we have Vogue 9040, which is the coat that Mum and I will be making soon. I'm going to be making View E, which is this one here, the longer version without the contrasting cuffs and collar. I'm really looking forward to this. It's a craftsy class that we're going to follow. I'm interested to see how they talk you through fitting this and putting this together. It's going to be interesting. Then we have Simplicity 8769, which again is another fantasy kind of cosplay coat, but I again love this and would wear this in real life. Totally would. Yeah, probably View B, the one without the hood, this one here. It's gorgeous. Then I have McCalls 7733, which is another Yaya Han. It's for a cropped little jacket. There's lots of different options, from cropped at the waist to very cropped for this little jacket. I think it's really cute, and again, this would be something that I would make for reality, like rather than a cosplay. It would just be something that I would make to wear on a day-to-day basis. Then we've got Sewaholic Cordova jacket. Now I know this was a present. I think it was either from Joe or Kay from Sunny Nunny. So Sewaholic specifically draft for a pear shape. The reason I hadn't bought this one myself is because I was worried that it would accentuate the size of my hips rather than kind of blend it all in. I'm kind of interested to make it though. I think it's really interesting styling details, and I think it would be an interesting pattern to make. So it's not one that I'm going to rush to do anytime soon, but I do think this is an interesting pattern. So thank you very much to whoever sent it to me. I know it was one of you two. Then we've got Berda 6661, which is a young pattern for this jacket. I saw this after having watched a lot of Lydia Elise Millen in her Balmain blazers. This was reminiscent of those. It's not exactly the same as a Balmain blazer, but I liked the styling idea of this. That's why I got this pattern. I want to make it. I don't think that I wear clothing that would work with this at the moment. That's not to say that I won't in the future. To me, it reminded me of Balmain, which is why I got this one. Then we have the Deer and Doe looping jacket. I have made, I think I said 4 of them now. I've still got 2 of them in my wardrobe. Did I make 5? I think it was 4. Still got 2 of them in my wardrobe. The most recent one in the sweet potato twill, and then I also have the one in the parrot canvas, which I love. I love this pattern. Highly recommend it. The most difficult part on this is the welt pockets, and I leave those off because I will never use them. They are too high up for me. For me, it's like a layer of difficulty that I just don't want to add to the jacket because I'm never going to use it. So leaving those out, this is a really quick and simple make. I also really like that there's a yoke on the back and the way the lapels kind of fold back on themselves. I really wanted to embroider the denim one of these that I made, and I'm glad that I didn't because I used far too lighter weight denim and I have donated that jacket. But I would like to make a denim jacket out of this and embroider the yoke. Yeah, I think that would look, and also the front lapels for where they fold back, I think that would look really cool. It might might look really twee, but I would like to make another one of those. I'm not ruling out making more of these, especially given how quick they are and how well they fit into my wardrobe. I can see there being more of these in my future. This was the first jacket pattern I bought. It's the by hand London Victoria blazer. I really like the crop version of this. I don't think I would wear the longer versions, or I wouldn't wear it as a waistcoat, which I think is the other style option, but the cropped one, the waist length cropped one, I can see myself using that in my wardrobe. Still haven't made it, we'll get to it eventually. And then the very final one I have was from Butterick a couple of years ago as part of the pattern swap. It's the Schnittchen Patterns limited edition holly jacket. I have planned to use some checked wool. It's the wool that I use for my niece's coat. She's given me the rest of it. There's not a lot left. I don't think there's enough left to make the entire jacket out of it. But what I'm thinking is I'll make the body out of it, and then I was going to use leather for the sleeves, but the bottle green wool that I have coming, if it works and it ties in with the colours, I thought I could use that for the sleeves, and then the waist and the cuffs are made out of ribbing, and I think that would look really, really cool. So hopefully this one will get made up fairly soon as well. And like I say, I have some La Carla patterns. I have the by hand London Romana coat. I have the Ziggy jacket from Stylark. I think I have a couple of other PDF coat patterns. I know I've got the Rain Mac pattern from Grasser Patterns as well. So I have quite a lot of coat patterns in my stash. I don't have enough fabric to make all of those up, and as I say, I don't have enough storage space that if I did make all of these up, I would have anywhere to store them all. They're all ones that I want to make. They're all ones that I'm interested in making. It's just when, what from, and what would I do with them. And as I've mentioned, some of them would definitely fit in with my current wardrobe. All the cropped jackets will definitely work with my current wardrobe and the way of style of clothes that I like to wear at the moment. And there are some other ones in there that would work better with different styles of clothing that I don't feel quite so comfortable in at the moment, but I'm not ruling out never making them. That's a giant pile of patterns to go through. Let me know in the comments down below if you've made any of those up and what you think of them, and let me know which one was your favourite and what you would put on your to make next list. Having gone through them with you, so I want to make the 9040, the Vogue one, I want to make the hemispheric coat, I want to make the Trend Patterns trench coat, and I really want to make the holly jacket from Schnittchen Patterns. I think by and the Vogue 1669. That's 5. And no, in fact that's 6 because I want to make 2 of the hemispheric coats, don't I? Yeah. When do you draw the line between making things and then keeping the things? I mean, I obviously don't need this many coats. We've had this conversation before as well, and it's like, well, we have different levels of weather in the UK, so from spring-like to Arctic cold, so you need different coats for those kind of things as well. I have the fabric for most of those ones that I've just mentioned. I don't know where I'm going to store them, but I do need to go through my wardrobe again and give it a good clean out. There's stuff in there that doesn't fit me. I am exercising, and I don't know if that's going to change my shape. I don't know that I would be upset if it didn't. I want to be fitter is my main goal behind exercising. I am expecting to lose a little bit of weight and change shape a little bit, but I don't know if I'm going to fit back into some of the clothes that I've had. I mean, some of the vintage skirts that I've got a 24-inch waist on them, and there's probably no way I'm going back to that without either serious diet and exercise, which is not something I'm interested in, or corsetry, which is something I'm interested in. So I need to clear out the wardrobe, and I need to just keep in there stuff that I can fit into at the moment. I think that would be quite an interesting project to do, but again, we're moving house in the new year, so it was something that I was going to do then. I was going to go through and sort out the wardrobe when I did my room, because I'm going to be getting new wardrobes in there, so I'm going to decorate the room and then sort out the wardrobe. Yeah, I'm not sorry, it's kind of a tangent, a little bit of a ranty tangent there, but I'm just not sure where I'm going to put all these things that I want to make without being thorough and brutal with myself with my current wardrobe, and going through that and either filing things away or storing things away for a time that they do fit, or giving them away, donating them. So yeah, we'll see. we'll see. I mean, I don't want to stop making clothes. I enjoy making clothes, and I've definitely been bitten by the coat making bug. I really enjoy it. So it's not a cheap undertaking, that's for sure. The fabrics for this are expensive, as are the interfacings, and then the patterns themselves are expensive, and then the amount of time that you put into them. But I've really enjoyed making all these different coats and the different levels of coats as well. I want to carry on doing it, and I have a few patterns to work my way through. Sorry that today has been a duvet day, but it's just one of those things. And tomorrow I'm going to need to cut something out because I have a live hangout on Sunday with you guys, so I need something to sew during that live hangout. So I need to get to something tomorrow. We shall see. We shall see. But yes, let me know in the comments down below which of those patterns was your favourite, what you would make up next, and if you have made any of those and what you think of them, because I would be very interested to know. I hope you've enjoyed my little pattern waffle today, and I will see you all tomorrow for some actual sewing. Bye!